Hey there, and welcome back to Inscryption's Roguelike Deck Builder mode, Kaycee's mod. This is my exploration into what is currently a beta. I wanted to make sure I got some videos out while they first put this out because it's very interesting to me, and I've been waiting for this for a long time. And yeah, so this is video number 2 of our quote unquote series into this roguelike deck builder mode. I know it says it's a mod, but it's not. We'll put it a thematically appropriate way for the game to present the roguelike deck builder mode. It's essentially just Act 1 of the base game, but converted, and it really kind of, I don't want to say it simplifies things, but it streamlines a lot of the elements that might normally be present in the base game, whereas the base game constantly snowballs you and tries to get you to become stronger and stronger with every run so that eventually you can't lose if you're just trying to play the game to experience it, which is good for the base game. But that would be very bad for the roguelike deck builder variant because you just kind of get out of control strong. In this mode, instead, it is much more similar to games like Slay the Spire or Monster Train, where you have challenges similar to Ascensions or Covenants that make the game much harder over time, and as you get better, things get harder. I have played a few runs since the last episode. By a few, I mean a decent number. We can pull up my stats real quick. I'm currently 4-4, so 4 wins, 4 losses. You can see I've done a lot of different things here with different cards drawn, and my stats are all over the place. So I've gotten a lot more experience with this mode. Now, as you might imagine, 4 victories, 4 defeats. The game is actually not easy. I think it's pretty straightforward to trivialize the experience and basically pretend it's easier than it is. I've gotten to a point where I'm at a decent unlock level and it's tough. It's actually remarkably difficult. Part of this is, of course, because you have to adapt your playstyle from the base game into roguelike deck builder mode, but part of it is just the game is genuinely difficult, and you're expected to throw certain combats or be put in really bad situations, and there's not much you can do. So the game sort of lends itself to that. I do want to briefly talk about the things that have changed other than just my stats and my runs. If we look at the unlocks, we've gotten a few more cards. So I'm not going to hover over all. I'll hover over them all, but I'm not going to read them all. Cuckoo, direwolf pup, a flying ant. We've gotten some turtle dude. We have a bull, and I've unlocked some very weird mole man question mark. There are still 5, 6, 7 more cards I haven't seen here. It's worth noting that the game includes these cards once you unlock them in enemy combats, which is really scary because these cards are all pretty darn good. So that's interesting. And we've unlocked a few things in the devlog. I'm not going to go through all of this. I have been told by some other folks who have blitzed through this that if you unlock all 12 of these entries here by, upping your challenge level appropriately, then you get a special boss. It is suspected, as far as I'm aware, that it is something similar to the heart in Slay the Spire or the divinity in Monster Train. So the game, I haven't even experienced the final boss yet. This isn't even the game's final form. And yeah, so pretty cool stuff altogether. You'll also notice that I changed the thumbnails of this series to not be numbered. The real reason for that is because I want to record more and I will be recording more, but they're going to be slightly sporadic. I'm going to be incorporating them throughout the week. I'm going to be just kind of putting them up when they're available, and they may not be contiguous. So I didn't want to pretend it was going to be like a hard and fast series, but I do want to record this. I do want to play some of it because I'm having a ton of fun with this. It has been an absolute blast. I've been kind of just thinking and playing it and thinking about it in all my free time outside of things. And as you might imagine, I've been playing like 6 different games. So this has kind of dominated a little bit. So our previous run in this show, in the YouTube series at least, was a wicked loss. I threw because I made some brain dead plays, but it was also my first run back since beating the base game, and some things had changed, of course, and also I just wasn't familiar with some options there. I think that run probably would have won if I had actually thought a little harder, but it is what it is. So we will go ahead and go to new run, which lets me select challenges. I'll briefly cover these here. We're at, as you can see, challenge level 5, and we have, the smaller backpack, no clover, so no rerolls on cards. We have pricey pelts. Some new ones that I've unlocked since the last time I played. We have boss battles, get totems, which is incredibly difficult. We have tipped scales, which means we start all battles with 1 damage taken. This is much harder than it sounds. It's actually quite potent. We have everything's a totem battle, so all regular battles become totem battles. This is really hard too. And then you've got no boss rares. This is one I just unlocked, which says that bosses award regular cards instead of rare cards. Probably pretty difficult. It might be actually really hard to see rares without the guaranteed rare at the end. I don't know. So we're going to have to reach 50 here. So let's briefly think about what we're going to do. Tipped scales is almost certainly going on. I would like to try a run with no boss rares. I think I want to experience this. It's the first time. I don't really care about a smaller backpack. It's fine. Rerolls are of minor importance. And then we have options. We just need to get to 50. There's no benefit at this point of going higher. We will do that in later episodes. I could take pricey pelts and then only 1 item. That might be fine, actually. Having fewer items, the biggest punishment here is actually that if you walk into a backpack slot on a node on the map, you get forced to take Pack Rat, and Pack Rat is not a good card to grab. He's okay to have like 1 of, and he's good in Fusion if you desperately need it, but otherwise not very good. So I would like to shy away from the totem battles on everything. It's a little tough. It's easy to just get snap shadow realmed by everything being a totem battle. But similarly, it's hard to like if I just take 1 item and then I don't care about the trapper's pelts costing more. So I could do this and get to 50. Right, so there's that option. Alternatively, I could just send it on the totem battles, right? I think this is probably okay. It's a lot of 20 challenge points is pretty good there. So here's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to pull off 20 and I'll take all totem battles here. Yeah, there's no benefit of going 70 right now. So I need to pull 20 off from this. So I can do tipped scales and no clover. And this is okay. I think this is fine. Cool. All right, so we'll go on this. I maybe should have decided on this beforehand, but it's all good. I hadn't really thought about it, and I forgot that it was a buy-in system, and I wanted to explain it. So a little longer intro than I would have preferred. We're on 8 minutes. That's rough. So we'll go ahead and get started here. As always, though, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's send it and see what this looks like. All right, hope you're all doing well today. We have the default start. If you haven't seen it before, it's Stoat, Bullfrog, Wolf, Rabbit Pelt, Rabbit Pelt. You can leave the table, but there's no reason to. So we simply won't, and we just kind of jump right in. The first node is always our card select. This is similar to a starting bonus. It's like Covenant 1 in Monster Train, or the Meow bonus in the other Slay the Spire. Okay, let's see. You usually you get choose 2 of these cards. I love corpse maggots for a lot of reasons, because if you see a field mice card, it's, I don't want to say a free win, but a really strong engine. Let's see. I think you need some kind of strong play. This is not a great start in my opinion. Yeah, it's not particularly good. I will take Corpse Maggots. I think it's a really good card to snag here. And I would like probably Elk. Yeah, and you want something good mid-rangey here that complements the Wolf. And it's really important for a lot of reasons. So we'll do this. Cool. Okay. We are in... Let's see. This does look like the woodlands, which means I'm expecting a ring 1 or floor 1 prospector. We don't have great infusion ratio here. It's tough. I only get the one item, so the left side has double merges, but we don't have a lot of card drafts. Yeah, you don't actually see any cards. So these infusions get wasted, right? You just kind of pull the bullfrog into the stoat or something, and yeah, I don't want to waste that. And I'd like to see card drafts early to see a solution. So we're going to start with the woodcutter here, actually. Hopefully we see... It's a wood carver, sorry. Transform is really strong. Transform's a very powerful modifier, and that is flexible. We do see a deer choice and the wolf choice, so realistically I could take either of those. But I think if I do anything and get any value out of this, I want the transform, so we'll start with that. Obviously we get no value from this right away. Hopefully we see another one later. We get to look ahead. Okay, so unless I want a pack rat, I do need to spend an item in this upcoming battle, so... Do I want a pack rat? Great question. Bugs. Am I getting an ant combat out of the gate? Movement B, huh? Okay. Less than ideal. I do want to... I'll trade the 1 here on Stoat. This means the bee will walk in and I will punch it next turn. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about before. You see the flying ant? This is a new card. The flying ant is stronger for every other insect. It's actually ridiculous. Right, I'd like a squirrel. The problem is they fly, so they never hit my squirrel. So corpse maggot is not it. I'd like to get the elk in though. I think I should really take this squirrel here actually. I don't love the early squirrel drop here, but it does, 1, secure the combat, and 2, it means I get an item instead of the pack rat from the next combat, which I think matters. Alright, the elk is going to just absolutely send it here. The flying ant bodies their bee, which is good. Yeah, I think we're okay to kind of move along. He bites, it's cool, he moves. I'm pretty sure we'll kill this and then take 2. I don't care about the overkills at this stage, so it is just fine. There's no reason not to at least do it though, so whatever. I don't have the bones for that, so we take the win. Cool. I didn't need to spend the squirrel, but I chose to do so. One thing you're going to learn about this game is, and something I've learned over the past 8 runs, is that in roguelike deck builder mode, you desperately care about not taking cards unless you have to. Because it's really bad to take cards. You can't get rid of them, and it's hard to find the stuff you need. Okay, so Pronghorn has a really good ability. It's expensive, but it's good. It gives us a little bit of direction, or I could re-roll this and look for something better. I think I will spin this because anytime, if I could see field mice, it's just better overall. We see a flying ant, interesting, skink, and bullfrog. Okay, so I just take the flying ant here. It sadly, I mean, I guess it benefits from corpse maggots. It's not the worst. Yeah, in hindsight, I would have liked the pronghorn here, but it's okay. We'll take the ant. It is the best card here. I will take the item here. Hopefully we see something good. Bones, black goat, or squirrel. I think it is squirrel in a bottle. It's just fine. Let's see our nodes. We could see a woodcarver finish, which is good. I have to take this combat. Meanwhile, could go for the fire. There is a neat trick in that if I see a specific set of cards, I could go for the fire, get the card eaten by them, like so you double play it, and then you get free campfires for the rest of the run. Now, that can be a little difficult to assemble, but it is an early game play that you're looking for. Yeah, the birds are going to be really difficult to beat here, huh? Did they move one to the right? You need to be careful. The bullfrog is good, but also gets himself killed. Let's see. They'll come in, attack, and push right. So the sparrow will be in this slot right here. So I think the stoat is actually better. And then I'm probably going to try to race this to the best of my ability with the wolf. Yeah. This is a case of you do not want to fall behind. So we'll take the wolf. I probably should kill the sparrow. I think that is correct. In case there is a unit that spawns. Now, sadly, the otter spawning in the lane of the wolf is really bad. So rushing is now going to be very important. True. Do 4 here. I think we'll win. And then I think this pushes left. Yeah, true. Flying ant. I do 4 here. I do win. Yeah. Okay, good. Great. Good job. All right. Now some decision making. I think I go right. I know I could see the woodcarver here, but I'd like to see some more units at this stage. Maybe take the infusion. Get an early infusion if I see a good one. Yeah, and then if I see a bad one, we can go to the fire. These are good power-ups no matter what. The woodcarver's not guaranteed to be good. And I also dislike the blood draft because the reroll is at an unfortunate spot. They show me a worker ant. This could genuinely just be ant mode, right? We just play ants. I think I should take this ant, actually. Having 2 ants in your deck is really good. Now, what do I infuse on the ants? Nothing yet. Nothing. So I go to the fire, basically, is what this is telling me. Yeah, we're looking for a power up here. Okay, health, that's fine. There's 2 approaches you can take here. One, you can take something like the stoat and just do it twice. The advantage to doing it this way is that the stoat is not an element of your strategy ever. It's just kind of an early game play. If it gets 2 upgrades, the stoat suddenly becomes very competent. If the stoat gets eaten, you kind of don't care. I have a bunch of 1-costers here in the ants, so I think I just send the stoat here. The alternative play is you put this on something you care about, that you want to live, and then you only buff it once. I'm pretty sure those are the best strategies here, because you don't want to lose it. I have no clue what the percentage to lose it on the second hit is, but from playtesting it feels like a coin flip, which you can't coin flip your important cards. We're leaning bugs, by the way, so I'm going to just send the stoat, and we'll see how this goes. And give me 6 or give me death. Alright, he's dead. Great. It's fine. And that now serves as a removal for me, which is actually surprisingly valuable. Coming up, we have Infusion and the Woodcarver. I could go to the Tribal Draft and look for a bug. And we're leaning that way, so I think I will. And then we pivot to the Woodcarver, and I can infuse something away. Yeah, okay. We just gotta survive this next combat, basically. Alright, this is Snake Flying Defense. Okay, skinks. As long as we don't have to face adders, and I don't think you can in this particular combat. So we'll play the squirrel. I would like to put the worker ant in. Yeah, we'll get the ant in here. It's fine. Part of the main problem with this is it's really slow. Oh. Adders. Wow, this combat is ridiculous. Seeing an adder on this floor is pretty outrageous, huh? Now, let's see. This spawns the... Yeah, it moves to the right if it can, so it will in this case. Now, you could put in the elk. I think I do actually put in the elk here. And we take the elk on the empty tile. It will leave so it doesn't get addered to death. Yeah, getting this thing in here is good. I want to take this damage. It's 2, it walks. The elk then tanks this hit. Good. I can play squirrel and then kill the adder here. It should summon... Yep. Cool. Again, skink gets tanked. I have a turn to wait. Ooh, corpse maggots are good. They summon in when this bullfrog inevitably dies. We should be in a decent spot here, I think. Right, he kills this. We get the corpse maggots. We see the wolf. We just chill. And I think we're guaranteed to win from this position. So the only thing we might consider reasonably is, play squirrel, and then we put the wolf in because it's more damage, and I don't know, maybe we care about teeth. There is theoretically a universe where maybe I get a rare unit that way. It might matter more, actually, right? Definitely going the infusion route. I do want to look tribal here. All right, show me bug. All right, we see bug, so I click bug. Cockroach is probably the worst one, but it's a fine infusion. I go left. Now show me bughead. No bughead, which is unfortunate. I'm going to want to find it. I would like to upgrade something here, so I think the elk is the right choice. Yeah, we'll take this one because it at least does something. Decent. Could have been better. We'll take the infusion. This is just going to be cockroach into something, I'm pretty sure. Something deathless. How does this interact with corpse maggots? It spawns in, it dies. When a card bearing the sigil perishes, a copy of it is created in your hand. If a creature that you own perishes by combat, a card bearing the sigil in your hand is automatically played in its place. It's interesting because this interacts positively if you have fecundity, because something gets played from your hand and then it spawns another one. The question though is, which order does this happen in, right? This might be really, really good though, is the thing. I think it might be really good. Alternatively, we could make our ants immortal. You make worker ant just free, basically. That's true. It's pretty decent. I think the potential of the corpse maggot synergy here is just stronger overall, although you could also save the maggots for a potential fecundity play later. This is an opportunity cost thing, right? We have one piece of a very strong winning combo right now. It's true. It might just be the worker ant. Putting this on the worker ant is pretty solid. I'm never going to be able to pay 4 bones consistently enough here, so the cockroach needs to go. It wasn't queen ant, which is really what I was hoping for. Yeah, we'll just make worker ant. He'll be deathless. It's fine. It's a good play. We should be able to use that to beat the angler. Oh, it's it was the wetlands, not the... Interesting. I thought it might be from the terrain, but then I just could not tell. It's okay, he should be pretty easy on floor 1. Yeah, we actually can set up everything on turn 1, which matters. We play the worker ant in, and then we play the flying ant in. They hit for 4, which cleans this phase up pretty convincingly. Right, I mean, we phase right here. I take a squirrel. I put the squirrel in, right? And then we just win here, basically. It's a very easy boss. We phase, no problem. Our build is solid. He's going to spawn 3 here. And now what we do is we simply do not pop these bait buckets in middle. Yeah, we take the elk, which transforms. I don't want him to move, though, so I'm going to do ant squirrel. Gives us the ant back, and I play the wolf on the right. And I think this just wins. I don't think he can respond fast enough here. No, he's out. In case you're unfamiliar, if you kill any of these bait buckets, he summons a great white shark. So you're encouraged to have control over your attacks here. That's an easy boss, very clean. Pretty good. Now we don't see a rare card. My suspicion is that it may actually be stronger this way. Ringworm is pretty good here. Ringworm is one of the cards, if I feed it to a... What is it? A campfire, I can get free upgrades going forward. So that's actually a really good hit. I sort of genuinely think the rare card picks are a bait. Most of them are not great. We're shown... Let's see, the woodlands. This is then... Yeah, this is the prospector. We get a forced draft at the start. Give me queen ant, coyote, buck, alpha. I don't want these. Although the alpha sigil in the flying ant is pretty obscene. Right, you put that in the flying ant and then put this between some of these worker ants and you're really strong. Alternatively, I think the reroll and look for Queen Ant or something. I mean, Queen Ant is like the winning pick, right? It just is. Yeah. I'm gonna reroll this. Alpha is okay, but not my perfect choice. Honestly, just another worker ant is very cool. Alternatively, we could make the flying ant swim with the kingfisher infusion. It's not very strong. I would really prefer a mantis or something like that. I'm gonna take the other ant, actually. This gives me a what are they called? A mychondrist, and that's pretty good. The wood carver is okay if I see a bug. Bug transforms will be pretty busted here. It's never right, though. Yeah, never right. I do have the ringworm for the fire. I'm gonna go to the fire. This is huge value if they eat it. And if they don't eat it, it's also just fine. Ringworm, because it gives them ringworms, right? So if they just take this... Okay, so sadly they decided not to eat it. But we got a huge ringworm out of it, so I guess that's okay. Ooh, this is gonna be a hard combat. Coyotes, I think? A really big turn 1 spawn, probably. Yeah, wolf, cub, opossum. Right. We can put in the ringworm as huge tanking, which I think we should do. I also want to spend the squirrel in this combat because there was a note ahead of me. It's not pretty. He's probably going to load me with wolves. Yeah, this is a really difficult combat, actually. So we're going to spend the squirrel. I want to draw a card. Oh, the maggot's actually pretty decent. We take this squirrel. I send the worker ant into the cub. Right? Yes, that's true. And then we chill here. The wolf punches the... Oh, got an alpha on this combat. Let's see. I don't think there's a way we win from this position, right? Maybe. So what you do is you do squirrel. You take elk here into the wolf. We trade 1-on-1 with the ant alpha. The elk will bounce off the ant and go in front of the possum to tank the 2 that's boosted. We stay afloat this way. We do stay afloat this way. We get a transformed moose buck, which is pretty decent. He clears that wave, right? The only way I avoid death is by, guaranteed at least, is a squirrel on the alpha here. Which I will do. We just take the guaranteed survival, clear that floor, take the 1. Alpha kills this, which summons the maggots. We can now draw the worker ant here. And we play it on the... Yep, on the left. We win from this position. Oof. Very surprising that we turned that around. Very good combat. Yeah. Doesn't really matter what we do. Just take these hits. I don't really care about the overkill. I can't really optimize it further. Very surprising we pulled that off. That was a difficult combat. Let's see. Yeah, see, we have that node. I want to be able to choose a better item. I will try to succeed at this trial. An interesting dynamic here is when you really want to lose the trial, because it's a non-take, right? You don't want to take cards if they're bad. But I think this is a good opportunity, right? You just take bones, and then the bones here is just don't draw maggots, basically. The attack is almost certainly satisfied, although I don't know how the ants are counted, right? Maybe it's based on how many ants are drawn. Could be zeros, but fair. Sigils on the right, we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sigils in the deck out of 8 cards. Pretty good likelihood. The 4 attack depends on how ants are counted. I think they're all zeros maybe here. We're going to take sigils then. Should be okay. It's bad. 1. Fair enough. Okay. That's fine. At worst, you don't get a card. So you don't get stronger, but you're not forced to get weaker either. Let's see. Units attack like they're flying. We take the boulder here. Right? Yeah, I don't have anything big enough for the black goat here. We'll just take the boulder. It's cool. We're on a forced path. No decision making, really, unfortunately. These do not cross over, which is a bit unfortunate from powering up perspective. We get... Oh, no. The skink tail. We're almost certainly taking a hit on this one, huh? Probably. I could play the ant in front of the wolf just to get 1 damage up. The problem with that is it forces me to draw into a squirrel next turn or I can't play it again. Alternatively, we could sack 1 here and leave the ant in for next turn. I think we want to play offensively here. Although this porcupine is just going to send me, I'm pretty sure. This is not great. I could burn the boulder here. It's not terrible. What is the play? What is the play here? Ant first? Ant only does one? It's tough. I have to kill the wolf cub or else I lose. So it means whatever I do here, I need access to a retaliation hit. So I think we play squirrel ant on the right here. This will do one now. The cub comes in, does one. We retaliate and kill. And depending on what spawns, this may trade, or I may play the boulder on a wolf. Depends on how hard this combat is. Yeah, I mean, a wolf on the left is obscene here. Ant number 2. It's really tough because this will, I think we're going to lose one of our candles here. This skink is going to knock the wolf cub out of the way. And if I play an attacker on the tile it moves to, then it will attack first because we go left to right. So I think it always transforms. There's no way we deal with it. And spending the boulder here is bad. Yeah, I think so. Not a good position. I think we just let it go. Let it ride the loss. There's nothing we can do. We're just going to get sent here. Absolutely. Yeah. We take these candles. Sometimes you get got like this, and that is the nature of the run. Yes, very disappointing, friend. Okay, show me bug. No bug. We re-roll. Show me bug. No bug. Gross. Okay, so snakes, birds, or... I mean, it's gotta be coyote dude, right? I mean, bloodhound, I guess. That's a gross hit. If I can survive a little bit longer... We do see bug. Oh, a fecundity sigil? I want both of these. I think getting the bug in play with the transform is simply stronger, though. We have to take bug. If I could see fecundity on this bug, we might be really good. I need to not die in this next combat, is the thing. Ugh, gross. Spike's wolf. What is yours, turn 1? Oh, you spawn a dire wolf? Are you kidding me? With the stump? This dire wolf obliterates me, by the way. Wow, okay. That's quite bad. I need to play the squirrel left. It'll summon on the porcupine hit. I'm going to basically let the stump die to the direwolf transform, and then we pray. Yeah, we get the elder corpse maggots here, which is pretty good. Oh man, this direwolf pup is going to clap me. Okay. Elder corpse maggots, pretty decent. I would therefore like a squirrel. I need 2 squirrels next turn, pretty much. Yes. We play nothing on this turn. This direwolf pup transforms and attacks twice. Yeah, look how busted this card is. Look at this thing. This thing is obscene. Yeah, it's a real yikes, huh? He almost certainly kills me. I have to play the boulder here to not lose. We put it on the left. The direwolf is like the strongest dude in this sandblasted game. Okay, so how do I not lose? It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. We are going back to even here. I think I always played 2 squirrels. I don't think the Bloodhound represents enough value here. The elk is not great simply because the elk will wander and punch this boulder, which I don't like. I think I need to open up the rabbit slot, and I need to play the Bloodhound to do it. I think there is no choice in this matter. He can't move into the wolf's lane because the corpse maggots are there. It's not pretty. Okay, I'm taking 5 on this turn. I'm trading 2. I think I can kill the wolf at least, but I'm pretty confident this dire wolf just ends me, right? I mean, look at this card. This thing showing up in a combat is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm pretty confident we lose here. What could I draw that would save me? I don't think there's anything. I could take squirrel and kill wolf here. Instead of the +2. It is technically a better trade. But that sets me so far behind because it walks to the boulder, and then what? I basically trade 2 because I can't block the wolf with a squirrel. So think about the way you lose this run. There's 2 options to this line. I take squirrel here, and I play nothing. We do 2. We take 5 in return. I go to -3. Next turn, I take squirrel. I play squirrel, elk into wolf. We do 2, which takes us to, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. I go 3 down here. I then go to 4, and the direwolf kills me outright. No out. Right, there's no out. If I take a squirrel here, we're guaranteed to lose. So the alternative then is, well, maybe no. Think about it. I do 2 again, so it's 2 here, which takes me down 3. I go to -2, -3. And next turn I kill here. I go here. I go -1, and then I lose to the wolf every time because I had to spend a squirrel to spawn in. Yeah. Okay, so the dire wolf kills me in that row every time. The alternative is we take a squirrel now, we sack the hound, kill the wolf. We trade 2 on this floor. And then next turn, elk is punching the boulder. We trade another 2. I think that's got to be it. We take the squirrel now. I mean, because the other alternative is instantly death, right? Yeah. We lose. Are you kidding me? An alpha and a direwolf pup on turn 3? This combat is outrageous. Oh, man. This combat is uncool. How is anyone supposed to beat this combat that you cannot? This is a beta, right? So naturally, this will get balanced out. This combat is unreal. I can't chump block the direwolf. I can't. How do you? The play of the direwolf pup into the alpha. The turn 1 direwolf pup into a boulder, or what is it, a tree, is the most egregious, unbelievable hit possible. I mean, I always lose with a squirrel, period. So I don't know, look for the high roll. We take the ringworm. I suppose it's technically not an instant loss. We take 3. Oh yeah, we're just dead. Actually, we just super lose. Okay, well, this run kind of sucked, I think. I will... Yeah, we lose. Great job. Okay, unbalanced combat, I believe. That is unbelievable. Okay, so let's back out. We'll do another one. It's only been 45 minutes. I'll go a little quicker. So I need to pick stuff. I'm going to avoid all totem battles again. This is a ridiculous one. I still do want no boss rares. I'll take tipped scales to make up for it. I need 20 more. I should be able to take boss totems, probably. Maybe. I actually think it's just you go all the other 4, right? And this is acceptable. We get the 50 that way and we avoid the totems. Yeah, all right, let's go. That felt really bad. All right, I'm not going to try to rush, but I do think the beginning parts of the run are pretty straightforward. We take our bonus. That's unfortunate, that loss, right? Hey, look, direwolf pup. This thing's unbelievably strong. You always take a starting ringworm, I think, for a lot of reasons. And then I'm pretty confident I want to take the direwolf pup. This card is just bananas. Ant Queen is really good here as well, but, you know, it's fine. Yeah, direwolf pup, strong early play. Now, I could just take an infusion out of the gate. I want to see the first fire they show me, so I want to go to the right, I believe. The infusion is no value. Yeah, we go to the right. We'll take the combat, and then we'll go to the fire. I basically want to try to get that ringworm killed. Okay, friends. Movement, snake, deer. I have none of these things. So the thing is movement is kind of bad. It doesn't actually help you at all. I'll take the deer just in case. It maybe opens up something later. So very low value. You want to avoid 1, the elite, but 2, the trapper just gives you free crap. And you really don't want to go to the shop. Dang, ant combat on turn 1, huh? Feels bad, man. We could take the squirrel here and just direwolf pup send this thing. I mean, you always win the combat if I do that. Or I trade 1 here and we wait on that take. How valuable is this squirrel? Do we just want to win the ant combat? I think I passed this turn. I value that slightly. Okay. Now, the ant will come in and they'll do 2s. So the right play here actually is you take a squirrel. We don't even play the pup. I don't want the transformation time here. And we play Big Wolf Friend, and we just kill an ant outright. We'll take 1... Yeah, we're fine. I think this combat normally spawns an alpha, but we're going to trade up here. It's okay. I think this combat at this stage of the game just cannot beat me. Yeah, we're good. Direwolf pup, good news. Yeah, he will transform. Hey, that's fair. It's cool. We absolutely win here. Neat. All right. Yeah, didn't need to do anything fancy. If this were a later combat, I would have needed to do something fancy there, but because this is the earliest combat possible, it only has so many things. We send a boulder. Flying ant. We have to take it. Fair enough. What was that sigil on this thing? It had a skink tail? I guess it's okay. I want to take the fire here. Please and thank you. I want to give them the ringworm. Please eat this. Please eat this. Hey, great news. So them eating that is really good. It means I can go to every campfire in the future and we receive maximum benefits from it. Interesting. We have to take this combat. No problems. Let's see. B, huh? B is an interesting one. It's always squirrel. I think it's flying ant here. It does just trade on the bee. I'm going to stoat here, I think, on the bees. I won't be able to defend against it, but at least it trades even on it, and I can just sacrifice it next turn, because, yeah, there's flying ants here. Right. What am I doing from this position, huh? Let's see, flying ant is coming in. The enemies coming in with these new cards is really, really problematic. Yeah, okay, so we'll take the squirrel here, and I'm going to play the pup into the bee here. We can take the 1 from the flying ant, because I'm killing the bee on this turn. We'll transform out, and then we'll just kind of send this boss to oblivion. Take the squirrel, we'll play our own flying ant. Sure. Just 5. This trade's pretty hard. Yeah, I think this trades up here. Yeah, he's gonna forfeit, of course. Not surprised. I'm doing, what, 5 here? I get 1 overflow if I play this the way I want to, so there's no reason not to just take it. Oh, even better, I actually get a ton of overflow here. True. It's cool, we just take this hit. In case I have to go to the pelt trader, I'd rather have the teeth than have a faster combat. I'm going left, I'm pretty sure. I don't get to re-roll, which makes... Yeah, it makes the select your own much better. The infusion is what? I mean, we use it to get rid of the bullfrog, right? We put bullfrog into, I don't know, the wolf or something. It's true. Maybe we see something good from this card select. Yeah, it's fine. All right, what do we get? River otter, mantis. Okay, so mantis is huge. We put mantis into the direwolf pup, and he goes absolutely ballistic. That's a really good hit, actually. You know, it's one thing. You could wait for mantis god here, but truly, this will do just fine. It's power now, and you might not even see mantis god, right? Is the problem. We have a guaranteed fire coming up. We should be really strong. Also, reminder, use this squirrel here. I need to avoid... We're just going to send this combat, huh? We use the squirrel here because I want to avoid the pack rat. Yeah, we just get that direwolf pup in and we win the combat, essentially. Cool. Yeah, hello, direwolf friendo. Love it. Play the bullfrog to tank this alpha hit. Yeah. That's good. So you may not understand how this works. What happens is it doesn't attack twice. It basically turns this guy into Mantis God, right? He bifurcates his strike the first hit, and then he gets an extra hit in front. So, pretty darn good, in fact. I think we win on this combat, right? This turn, right? We're doing 11 damage. Yeah, that's pretty powerful. Cool. Move forward. This run is already looking a little better. Do I want something really expensive? I wish you could just choose a 0 cost here. I would take a Gek or something. Yeah, but you can't, of course. It doesn't let you. I probably want something 1 cost here at worst. I mean, they couldn't show me something good, but 1 cost could give me Flying Ant, 2 cost could give me Queen Ant. Or you know, Magpie is just great, actually. Genuinely. Let's see. We take the pliers. I could make our floor fly, which is pretty decent with my direwolf. It's never black goat here. I'm going to take the pliers. It's interesting. I could see arguments for both here. Flying basically guarantees a kill in a lot of circumstances, which is pretty good. I'm gonna take the pliers, actually. Yeah, all right. Whatever this upgrade is, it goes into the direwolf pup. Yep, they're all dead. Great job. It is attack. Direwolf pup deserves this big time. He gets +2/+2, or rather +2 here attack-wise. He is cruising. I would like to get him some life now. And then I really want to keep my deck very thin to draw him as soon as possible. Yeah. Right, we draw him now. Now, the main concern with this combat, though, is the... What is it? I think we actually still win. I do, what, 8 on that turn? I'm thinking about phase 2, right? Because the wolf pup will attack and spawn a great white and then get absolutely sandblasted. We could theoretically go slower and magpie out the wolf. Is that better ever? I don't think so. The one advantage of that is it lets you set up the pup later, but I think we just go ridiculously fast here, and then we just take a squirrel next turn to prevent the punish. Yeah. Yep, he skips his turn. We get 4/4 here. And then he swings front. So we do 8 here, which I mean, yeah, we absolutely just win. I don't know why I was concerned, really. This direwolf is obscene. Yeah, so you get the great white. He actually would even survive at 5 life, which is ridiculous. Cool, that's strong. All right, so in 12 minutes, we made up our ground to Act 2, and we have a ridiculously good campfire setup here. I would like to look for some other cards that do something good for me. I wish I could look at my deck from this state, but you can't. These all kind of suck. Armored is an interesting sigil here. Deathless. Again, it doesn't really matter. I think you take the beehive. It's the least bad option here. I don't want a 2-cost turtle is the main problem I'm dealing with here. The 2-cost turtle is too expensive. It has to be 1 cost, or it has to be the cockroach for the deathless. I'm gonna go beehive. All right, we're fine. You have to take something. It's one of the biggest struggles with this game in general is the requirement to take cards. This is the Trapper boss. I would like to remove here, not draw. And if I go right, I get a pack rat. Infusion is, what, magpie into beehive, probably? Or into, I mean, probably into beehive, actually. Beehive, it gets killed, it does something. You want to get it off magpie because magpie costs 2, so we'll go left. Yeah, it's fine. I may actually try to win this this thing here. I need to have at least a bare minimum number of cards for the Trapper. You can't rely on just the Direwolf Pup, or it won't work. I could, if I could, one turn the enemy, but it's not guaranteed. In fact, it's pretty unlikely. Let's see, what do I have? Health? Health is how you lose this one. 6 health's a lot. 4 blood. It requires I hit one of my 2s. It's not unlikely. There are 3 of them. Or 4 attack. Let's see, either the pup or the wolf solves it, plus any other. I actually think the blood is the most likely here, so we'll try that one. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got it. Cool. Great job. I do this because I would like something here. Alpha's pretty decent. It's got a bad sigil. The black goat has double strike. The beaver has brood parasite. What the hell? I mean, we take alpha here because it at least synergizes with my run. Yeah, that's curious. It's fine, right? Let's see, can I look at my deck from here? Not easily. I think it is Magpie into something else, though. Probably... Let's see. Either the Beehive or the Bullfrog. Probably just the Beehive, right? I like this. This gives me sacrifices, which I really like. Yeah. Magpie is a really good sigil set. And I don't really care that it's flying, genuinely. Let's see, we have a duplicator or a splitter. Pretty unlikely I find value there, but I'll keep an eye out. We're forced to look at it. Maybe they show me a second Direwolf Pup. That would be pretty good, huh? See, this is the curse, right? But we're actually fine. Because I can play the Beehive and immediately pull out the Direwolf Pup. And we wait a turn. It ain't pretty. But I turn this around very fast with a single squirrel. Yeah. Right, if I play this here in the middle slot, the mole comes to the left, takes the first hit. The raven takes the second hit, and then the mole jumps to the middle, takes the third hit, which cleaves through and kills the egg behind. Yes. Yeah, so he takes 3 there. Ah, right, there's no extra hit here, actually, because he hasn't evolved yet. It's cool. I mean, we win from this state, right? There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that we win. We play it like this, so I get the alpha in, and then this is free real estate. It's a lot of damage, actually. It just perfectly KOs the boss. Great. We're going to be looking for dupes at this card draft. It's a power spike if I can see him. No dupes in sight, sadly. Kingfisher? Is there ever a value for water flying sigil here? Maybe. If you take the Kingfisher here, you get the chance of seeing a Direwolf Pup from the Mitochondrous, the Mitochondrous. I gotta have to look what their names are. And then I can put the Kingfisher in the second Direwolf Pup. Kingfisher's the better card here anyway. We should take it. No fires. Really rough. Alright, show me a dupe I actually want to play. Let's see. Ah, shame. Second Flying Ant is better than the alternatives here. Second Kingfisher is nasty. I suppose it's Flying Ant. Shame. Again, this is bad because we're being forced to draft cards. It's a real struggle in this run. I really want to avoid the Trapper too. He's terrible. So we go lesser combat card draft, I guess. You're getting a card either way there, so it's unfortunate. I mean, fortunately, again, we at least see Squirrel, Beehive on this turn, which lets me pull out the pup, and then I can play it next turn no matter what. The Beehive gets punched, I get a bee. Good. Great job. I'm happy to trade the 2 here, I think. I must play a squirrel. Yeah, alright, so it's squirrel, it's bee, it's direwolf pup. I play it in... I don't want it killed. Right, so I need to play it in the middle between these two. It punches the elk, and then the mole will move. Was that a throw? Actually? I think so, actually. Because he's going to move over. Oh, but he moves after hitting. Right. I did know that, yes. For some reason, I thought he moved first. That's 5. All right, we're good. So what you do here is you do Alpha on the direwolf spot. We take Squirrel. We play Kingfisher on Squirrel. And we win on this turn, essentially. That is a power play. It is fortunate for me, however, that at least I have the search capability on the Beehive. It's essentially a second draw. Gross. Pronghorn. If I have to take one of these, it's probably Pronghorn. The Bell Ringer is okay. Play it on the left side. But it's expensive is the problem. Pronghorn's expensive too, though. But it's a better infusion is the thing. You get the prong effect and the move. You could maybe make Kingfisher strong. We're going to take the Pronghorn. It is just a better card in this case. I get a removal. No fires in this whole act. What a crap seed generation. At least I get a removal, though. This is definitely Stoat. It's 100% it's Stoat. I get a crappy reward, but it's fine. The Trapper is here. I have no pelts, which is fine. I probably want to avoid drafting cards. Left is a do-nothing path. I want to avoid the cave. I could win it. Yeah, I don't get anything out of the pelt trader, so... Okay, we go left. It's the safer choice. I have to spend my pliers here. Right? Good grief, that's a turn 1 turkey vulture. That is a turn 1 turkey vulture. Now, the real problem here is, how do I actually win this combat? He's going to get a free hit on me. The only way I can stop the free hit is if I play Bullfrog on this turn. The problem with that is, of course, that represents 2 additional bones. We always play the pliers here. Yep. I need to play it because I'm seeing an item draft rather. So we're at 5. He hits me for 3, which means I lose next turn. The difference here is, do I play the Pronghorn or not? And I think I don't, because we never get free hits. We never take our life back here because the mole is present. So what you have to hope for here is that we pretty much just have to hope that nothing else spawns. Disgusting. You're telling me there's a raven egg and a mole here? Yeah, I mean, there was nothing I could have done. There's no draft I could play. I mean, we lose from this position every time. It's fine. It was kind of a bit of a Hail Mary, but it's okay. Yeah, we have no strong plays. I mean, we play the Kingfisher because we have to do something. We have to do some kind of damage here. And then we can't play anything else, so we lose. It's fine. We give up a candle on this one. This combat is obscene. Again, turn 1 Turkey Vulture just sends you to the Shadow Realm. It doesn't take much. You need a ridiculously good draw here. And that's the nature of Inscryption. That's actually why the candle is such an important mechanic, because, yeah, I have none. You must give me this? Oh, you give me teeth for the next time around? Interesting. Item, probably an infusion next. Yeah, you have to have that extra effect, right? Because what do you do otherwise? You just lose is the problem. I'm going to take the scroll in a bottle because I want to have the smoke for the boss. Yeah, good. Now do I take the carver or do I take the infusion? Infusion is a removal here. I could do pronghorn into Kingfisher, which is really good actually. Genuinely so. Yeah, it's a removal, it's important. Removals are hyper critical in this game to such an impressive degree that it's easy to lose if you don't have removals, right? If you just don't answer this very well, you will lose. Because you're forced to draft is the main problem. This is something I could see potentially changing. The forced to draft is an interesting element of the game, but it's also very, very difficult. It results in like unwinnable scenarios, right? Like here we saw Beehive and Direwolf Pup. What if I didn't see either of these cards here? I'd be so far behind. Okay. My main concern here is actually, how do I safely play my pup? I can always get him out on this turn. That is a true statement. But he gets killed next turn by the frog if I play him. I could put in the Beehive instead, and then use bees to pop the traps. It's probably much better to do this, right? We do squirrel, Beehive here. And I think I'm playing Beehive to pop the trap. I want to leave the mid slots open here. This lets me fish out something as well. Kingfisher cheeses this combat a little bit too, which I do like. True, it does cheese it a little bit. I get a bee next turn as well. It cheeses it because you attack around a trap, which is really good actually. I'll take Kingfisher here. I could play it immediately. That opens up the right side actually, which is potentially very good. And it does some damage here. I will do that actually. Yeah, we Kingfisher in this spot, which hits the open slot and it breaks this trap. You don't get the pelt, but it's okay. It opens up that row, which I think is valuable. I get a B, I take 2. Okay, Kingfisher punches the frog here. Let's see. I would like to chump one of these frog hits with a squirrel. I'd really like to deal with this thing. So the thing is next turn is the turn where I want to play Direwolf on the right. Yes. Alpha is, let's see, 2 more bones out. Okay, Alpha's good because he has 2 life. And he can do some silly things with Kingfisher. I think it's always a squirrel here. I could play the bee. The nice thing about the squirrel, though, is that I could use the bee for the... Interesting. I'm going to take a card here. Yeah, the flying ant is fine, I suppose. We chump with a bee. It's okay. I do not want to take this here. Right, we pass. I take 1. We get a bee. Take 1. Okay. Kingfisher, punch, punch, which ends this frog. So I have 2 incoming damage. I am technically dying if I don't chump this hit, is an important consideration. We have the ability to play alpha on this turn once I drop the pup on the right. And the pup on the right will kill the frog. Yes, which leaves a trap for the kingfisher. True. Okay, so I need a squirrel. We do squirrel, we do bee, we do pup. On the left, pup will live. I know I'm losing some value here, but I need to make sure that the pup makes it to the next combat here. This means kingfisher kills frog, kingfisher kills rabbit, wolf pup kills other frog. I'm taking 1 at this stage. I could trade alpha here. Not a bad idea, genuinely. I won't need him later. Yeah, this is fine. This trades 1-to-1 on alpha, essentially, since I'm attacking first. And we should be okay from this position, right? Kill 1 dude. Cool. We get our friend, the direwolf, in play. We're gonna lose alpha here, I believe. Yes. I could take this trap, actually, right? If I play the squirrel and I put a squirrel in front of the trap here, I do get what I'm looking for. Yeah? Yeah, okay, so we take a squirrel. We just stick it in front here. And I think we are recovering from this position, right? That catches the squirrel. We trade up some life. Good. All right, cool. Direwolf is active. The raven hits me, but we're fine. Great job. And we got double pelts out of that, which is actually, I think, very good. I'll actually take another pelt. It's good. Put the squirrel in front of the trap and do it again. Sure. Kingfisher is, like I said, cheesing this combat. He kind of just does his thing, and then the wolf will clap. Great job. Okay. We navigated that combat. Now it's the flip turn, but we have all the pelts we could ask for. So I basically just get to disrespect this, right? Yeah, I mean, you essentially just get to freely do what you want here. If I take the 2 in front of the direwolf, we win. Right? He attacks here for 4, attacks here for 4. It's 8 wins. So that's pretty good. Yeah, 8 wins. And with 2 more, you may as well just clear out the entire right side. Yeah. Sure. It's fine. I will take... Doesn't really matter what I do at this stage. I could actually kill Kingfisher, which leaves the worm active. So we take a squirrel here. And then I play bull. You could actually push him out, push the wolf out of the way. Which... That's pretty funny. Yeah, we do that. Watch this. This is gonna be funny. Then bull will push. It doesn't matter, actually. The run ends. It's fine. We get it. I overthought it because it might have been cool, but... Alright. Act 3 time. Go team. Alright, show me something I actually want to take, please. Oh, just another dire wolf. What a good little puppy. I'll take him. He's really good, unsurprisingly. Seems good to me. The pup is arguably better, but starting with 5 life is pretty decent. I want campfires, you blasted game. Mycologists are on the left. I do have a removal on the left, too. Mycologists are nice because I can fuse these stupid ants together. Removal on the left is nice because I get rid of Bullfrog. Right? Yeah, we get rid of Bullfrog from that position. The right side gets me my item back. An elite. It's not very good. The infusion is... What is the infusion here? What'd I do? Very little. I don't have anything great to put in Direwolf right now. We go left. It's fine. A lot of forced drafts, though. Well, we get a force removal as well, which is fine. I can just burn Bullfrog, I suppose. Yeah, we're going to go left. Maybe I see a blood goat here. We just send the goat. Or we just take the magpie. Magpie 2 is really good here. I mean, I say Magpie 2. The Beehive currently has the first Magpie. Yeah, we take the Magpie. It is a ridiculously good card. It's a free draw, basically, is the important thing to look at. As long as you can play it, it finds your cards. I'm always burning... What? Wolf is not bad. Bullfrog is... unimpressive. How many 1-costs do I have? I have the ant, beehive, kingfisher, another ant. So we'll go down to beehive kingfisher here. I think it is just the bullfrog though. It can be nice to have a turn 1 playable unit, but I think it's okay. And we have some forced draws coming up, or forced drafts rather, so it's okay. Great. Direwolf Pup turn 1. Good job. Can't play him turn 1. But that's okay. I trade 2 here, I think. No way around it. I need to keep my squirrel. Yeah, I mean, this is the unfortunate thing here, right? Is you take these cuts. It's not pretty. I have to be able to play my dude. So 2 squirrels come down every time. The question now, though, is where do you play the Direwolf Pup? If I put it in the open slot here, I'm getting killed by the Wolf Cub. I'm at 2 life, though. I need to get some life on this pup, but they haven't shown me a freaking campfire yet. If I play him on the right side, I lose. Right? I can't back out of this at this point. Yeah. It used to let you in the base game back out of this here, but you can't back out of it once you've sacrificed in the endless mode. Or maybe that's a change they made to the base game too. Hard to say. If I play it on this slot, the second from the left, I do 3, kill Cub, and then we lose our pup, which is a huge loss. If I play in front of the pup, I do 3, kill Sparrow, lose my wolf pup. Because the middle rows are filled, I play on the right. I take 6 on this. We're already 2 down. If I take 6, I lose this combat. If I play on the right, I kill the wolf cub, but I take 3, which puts me at... That's very dead. Okay, so I just kind of actually lose here is what's really coming in. So what you do is I have to give up the wolf cub and kill the unit that matters here. Is unfortunately the reality of it. And then hope I can solve that wolf on the next turn. Not pretty. but it does trade at least a little bit. Ah, we're so dead. The flying ant never kills the wolf. I have to just draw and hope for... Honestly? Alpha? This is doomed. Wow. Look at this. Wolf Cub, Wolf, Alpha, Sparrow. We lose our candle on the first combat here, huh? True. True enough. Yep. Alright. Fair enough, man. We get absolutely sandblasted here. Okay. That is why it's sometimes nice to have a one-coster, but it's tough, right? It's tough. Them's Inscryption for you, man. All about that draw. Mole. Corpse maggots. Kind of free. I think I take the mole because it buys time. Genuinely, it's just a 0-4 that I can play out of the gate. It's a good one-coster here. We take the mycologist now. We have a forced elite coming up. Hopefully I don't just lose. I was kind of hoping to give you a win, right? But it does not appear to be that way if I'm taking my hit like that. Yeah, sadly you don't get double ant. Good to know. I've never tried the mycologist with the ants before. This is unbelievable. No fires in this entire game, apparently. Don't be wolves. Oh, it's the worst combo. It is wolves into spikes. Disgusting. Actually disgusting. I can get 1 damage in per turn. I think I need to avoid killing the porcupines or I lose. It's a good turn 1 at least. We put the kingfisher in this position. Because he sinks, he goes underwater. We get 2 damage here, and he doesn't get killed by the porcupine ever. He does move, which is less than ideal. He flies. This has to be it. I'm basically just trying to get this direwolf in play, right? Oh. They have a direwolf. Okay. That's pretty dire. I think I have to take Squirrel here and hope for the dang best. I need to play my direwolf. True. Ooh boy. Alright, we get squirrel. Yep, we take a squirrel here. We do squirrel, squirrel, direwolf. Yes. Now the question is, where do I play it? If I play it in the porcupine row, we take 2 damage, but we actually pretty solidly... Oh, we actually don't kill the wolf because it's 2x2. It's not overflow damage. If I want to get points on the board, I kill the porcupine on the left, which I think is correct. And then I get to play the alpha next turn. I'm taking 1, 2. Damn, I'm taking 3, but I gain 2 points from the board state. Okay, so we don't play alpha here. Alpha just is a waste. I need the boulder to be dead first. Yeah, and then we rush the next turn. It's a direwolf pup, huh? Ooh, buddy. It's tough. I will take flying ant. It's not very good. We take the alpha here. It makes it 6 damage here, which is pretty good, and it tanks 2 on the next turn. I think we will win. Just simply thanks to the wolf existing. Oof, that's tough. I play the squirrel. I take the flying ant on the right because it is free damage and it doesn't get retaliated against, which I think genuinely matters. Right, we take the hits. I trade 4. This is unbelievable. I'm about to lose. Wow. Direwolves cannot appear in combats. I think I need to F11 this. This is an absolutely outrageous combat. I actually just unlocked these dudes too, so I felt really confident, but seeing the direwolf in combat, I mean, we trade even. And we just get absolutely obliterated here, right? Because the alpha spawned on the left instead of the rabbit. The order of this was entirely the only reason we lose or win. Alright, well, that's going to be the end of this episode, I think. I can't not play my wolf here. But he gets killed, thanks to spikes. And we're just so dead. Because the alpha buffed the direwolf. I suppose we have to try our hardest. Take the magpie. And then what? We play the beehive, I suppose? You play the beehive on the wolf, and that draws us the direwolf pup. I mean, we have no resources. We don't win this. We're too slow. Yeah, alright, take me away, dudes. That is an unbelievable combat. So, yeah, alright. Go team. Well, I'm pretty unhappy about that, but it is, I suppose, what it is. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Anyway, we will call it there. I'm not playing a third episode. This is an hour and a half. And yeah, fair enough. Very disappointing. I felt like I was getting so much better, and then we just put up 2 losses in a row, so I don't know. Inscryption in the roguelike deck builder mode, I told you before at the beginning of this episode, very difficult, actually. Surprisingly difficult, in fact. Just so much going on. I didn't even have trials on for these combats, right? I picked all the other challenges instead, and yeah, it's tough. That's tough. Combat's got a lot harder. Anyway, we will persevere. I'll keep going, and yeah, fair enough. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.